So maybe he can come back in this one as well. He needs to start off here on map number 2 on Terraform.
That's right. It's going to be a pretty fun map. We haven't seen this today. One of those newer maps, probably the best made of the new maps, I think. I've always enjoyed games in this map so far.
Yeah, there's a reason this one got picked to be added to the pool, actually, compared to all the other ones. Life getting ready here, taking a sip of whatever he was drinking. We are about to jump into game number 2 here between Life and herO. Whoever wins this series will move on in first place from the group. Let's jump into game number 2 now.
Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it.
Up here in the top left, in the red, our Zerg player, he is down a game. It is Life.
Got to be careful of that cannon rush. Down here in the bottom right, CJ here looking to close things out here. Take it home and get out of this deadly group. I'm sure the last thing he wants is to go to the lower bracket to deal with whoever comes out of that mess.
Imagine you had to face SOS in some kind of final match, and SOS just hides a bunch of bases and kills them.
Or even Innovation, you know, that'd be just terrifying to go up against him again after you struggle to get out.
Yeah.
That first match.
It's going to be a gateway first here. Before this game gets too far along, I wanted to say to everybody watching that we do have an event going on, actually, for Star League. You guys know the pins that are associated with all the different players. Well, if you post yourself in a selfie watching Star League, or if you make it cheerful and you hold that up and you get on screen either here or at home, doesn't really matter, and you post that onto the website, which I think is e-sportstv.net. And then you got to go to community.
Yep, that's right. /community.
Yeah.
And you'll find it there. Find out a way to upload your selfie, get it put on stream, as well as win those pins. Fantastic pins.
Proxy Moon.
Nice ID. I like that. And that is cash money in the middle there. No doubt about that.
It's funny, the 4 players are the players we had today.
I like that. All looking to win it big.
Unfortunately, this is only the first step at getting a chance of getting any money here.
Certainly one of the bigger steps there. Going through this kind of group, it's essentially a group of death. It's ridiculous. But every group is actually just insane. Insanely stacked this time around. Everyone needs to do well because this is the last Star League of the year.
CJ Antis, #1 esports team, Sky High. That's not Sky High. That's herO.
Yeah, well spotted though. He got the wrong signature.
He's got to get herO's. Maybe it was in there a little bit smaller, but Sky High's was gigantic. So.
Man. Well, Zealot going to be applying some pressure, just forcing out lings that didn't want to be made just yet, instead of drones. So.
Those lings wanted to stay in the egg.
They wanted to be drones, man. They wanted to be drones. Look at this. Create some problems for a while.
Just have a little meeting there between all the different units. Bit of a standoff, if you will.
Yeah, there's no way the Zealot can leave. No way the Lynx can attack efficiently. And from here, I'm very curious to see what the next step is for herO this build. So far, just, all right, now we know exactly what kind of build it is. It's going to be +1, sentries on the way. So pretty quick third.
I thought because the Zealot came out and poked that ling, you're like, oh, now we know exactly what he's doing. He's going to go aggressive and kill him or something.
That'd be great. That'd be like the next level re. It's like, oh, the way he moves the Zealot leads me to believe that he will go for an all-in. I can feel it.
That's when you reach new levels of analysis, Moonblade.
That's when I become the sensei.
I'm waiting excitedly for that moment.
Soon. Soon. +1. See how many gateways? Probably 2.
Yeah. This looks very standard from herO. as a follow-up.
It's a very quick one there, you know. It's not investing in a Stargate or anything like that early on, just simply going straight into gateway units with +1 into that third.
Which is kind of interesting. I think this would be one of those maps where you may want that defensive Oracle, just because there's 2 different ways, or actually 3 different ways to go into that third base.
Yeah.
Get some lanes up.
Well, you know what? Because he is investing in just pure gateway units and not going for anything extra, he's going to have a lot of them out. He's going to have +1 a lot earlier than usual as well. So it's a different approach to the same sort of means. Going to have a lot of units out that's going to help.
We are going to see those blind spores.
Yeah.
You know that when players start to do this, even when the other player is not doing the build that counters, it's kind of like, it's something you see very often. Actually, Protoss, I think, will eventually just take advantage of that. Like, if you do it long enough, you can force out spores without even making the units that you need for them.
Yeah, it's just it's a great mind game, because it's something that's going to always be what they think about. It's like, is there an Oracle coming? And if it does, you know, it's worth investing in those 3 spores blindly than taking that damage. So you might as well just invest. It's also going to help out dealing with hallucination scouts. There's a little bonus as well. Indirect sort of thing to help out, which helps out a lot. And once again, though, Life very, very, I guess, confident enough to skip the Roach War and go straight for that lair into Hydra once again. But a lot of Lings in the way.
Seems to be the norm these days. Those Lings, they're going to have speed. And only now is that SimCity coming up as a third base.
Yeah, and only sentries so far, but once the number of Zealots go warped in, it's going to be very hard for Life to try and fight it. This +1 just finished, +2 on the way. Hallucination sees all. Lings strolling up.
We're going to wrap around and go straight for the Nexus, it seems. But as you said, those Zealots, they got +1.
Oh, a little out of position there. One gets surrounded. A lot of damage going onto this Nexus as well. I think he might be able to DPS it down unless these force fields are good.
No force fields, getting distracted a bit. Not force fielding.
Whoa, down it goes. From here, Life has to be so careful because a counterattack can just happen. He doesn't have to make a Nexus again. He's got Blink on the way, +2 on the way, and a lot of gateways.
Yeah, he's adding 3 more gates, but he's sending the... Yeah, he's going to go for the Nexus at least, but really commit to mining from it, that's the question.
I get the impression it's simply an empty one from here. It's just for sure.
No more probes, 3 extra gates.
Life, though, you know, he's making the right army choice here. A lot of Hydras, a lot of Lings on the way. And look at this, he's going to get the cancel again on the Nexus.
Oh, that's...
It's beautiful. It also gives away...
I was gonna say it was brutal, Moongly.
No. Well, I guess maybe you're right, Valdez. It's brutal. This, on the other hand, though, Life hasn't read into what is actually happening and why the units weren't there. And that is because they are coming to attack. But maybe the counterattack is the better choice at this point. Going to force herO back in a very bad situation.
He doesn't have the muster core with his army.
Oh, is he focusing it down? He's not focusing it down there. Oh, if Photon Overcharge can get up, that is so much less damage as well.
He's just going for it. He's going to kill everything here at the third base, but Life is going straight for the natural.
Not a bad place as well. Life pretty far ahead in terms of supply, but he is losing up. He's giving up that base. No recall possibility for herO at this point there.
Probes trying to come in here and defend a bit. They're all going to get slaughtered immediately. They are buying some time, though. They're not going to be that useful, especially when he's not mining later on in this game if it turns into a base trade.
Oh, Life looking to attack this. He's looking to defend this with the units left over. Hydra's coming from behind. He might have had to pull drones here.
Blink +2 is done, though. And these Hydras have nothing to defend for them.
That is the problem. And now a lot of Zealots being warped into the main base of herO as well to deal with the remaining Hydras. Yeah. No buffering at all.
You know, he lost the Cyber Core at the wall, so he had to remake that. So only Zealots coming out here. But look at this. Just Hydras running away.
Ooh. It's actually getting pretty scrappy right now, but Life is up a base.
Yeah, herO's on just one base right now. He's going to group up, it seems, at first.
Life gonna look to end this out.
6 sentries.
Yeah, those sentries could do a lot of damage here. He's actually, looks like he's forced to attack here. I think herO just ran out of options. He's like, well, I gotta make something happen. And that is a lot of Hydras.
Ooh, 4 free Hydras, 5.
Oh, man.
He's got the force fields for it, that's for sure.
Infinity force fields. And you know what? That's actually a pretty scary army. That is currently 6 zealots with that many sentries. 12 sentries. Here we go. Nice wraparound with the Lings there.
Yeah, really nice tanking here. Those Hydras really getting the damage done. At the end, they still have +2, all these Protoss units. It's a very, very close fight. 4 sentries being warped in. He's just got so much leftover gas. Those are actually hallucinated Stalkers.
Yeah, and you know what? His force fields were not as good as he hoped because all the Hydras actually were force filled into the fight instead of out of it.
Yeah.
And that made things so much easier for Life.
If he had just force fielded them back in a wall and then just slightly moved back and traded with the Lings first.
Yeah, or even just half the Hydras so he can pick them off. Like,
Yeah.
things just get a lot easier for him to fight. But he lost, I think, just a little too much there.
So now hero's going to try to take his natural again. And I don't believe that's going to work. I mean, Life's just making units right now. He's making 2 drones now, but...
Roach is on the way as well. Yeah, it's a hard place for hero to be. I mean, considering most of his army is sentry right now, that's not going to do well against that many Hydras. There's a lot of Hydras on the way, and these Roaches are going to help out a lot as well.
Even getting burrow now. It's very smart. He knows exactly what heroes has got at this point.
Look at oh
the blink.
Oh man.
All the Lings get on top of everything. He will force field out all the Hydras, but still not a bad trade.
Yeah, great micro from Live. And from here, I mean, you're just too far behind. You're on 1 base against 2 that have been mining this whole time. Natural way of things is going to be you're going to be outnumbered in a big way.
Going to try to get the God force fields, I suppose. Not enough energy here. Looks like some more Stalkers were warped in there, and he's even going to be able to blink on this and clean it up. But
yeah, more and more units coming across the map there.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can take a look at the supplies and see how far behind exactly herO is. GG.
Going
to
too much. Game number 3, Valdez.
Once again, this always happens in these super close groups here.
Some scrappy games, man. Now the cool music comes on. This is the time of intensity, Valdez. 1 player will get out of this group now. The other one will fall to the loser finals, waiting for innovation or SOS.
Neither of these players wants to be knocked down, of course. The 3rd map is going to be Bonnie Research Station. Map that Life was able to take out SOS with a really nice Ling attack, I guess. With